Hey there, Kris Gethin here again. Welcome to my kitchen. A big part of your journey on this beginner video trainer is going to be what you eat. It's very easy to fall into the trap of going low fat, low sugar. However, a lot of the foods that you're eating aren't healthy at all. That's why it's important for you to start reading labels. And we'll do that in another episode. So make sure that you watch every single one of these videos. But today, I'm going to show you one of my favorite breakfasts. So what I'm going to do is crack one egg. I'm going to measure a cup of egg whites in here, and the protein, which is our bodybuilding blocks that allow us to recover in our eggs. Add a cup of oats. Slow release of carbohydrates coming from the oats. Now, how much egg whites and how much oats you have is all dependent on your weight and your lean body mass. So make sure that you look at the calculators and the ratio that you should be eating. Okay, now I put on just a little bit of cinnamon in there. I prefer to have a little bit of cinnamon just for a bit of taste. I'm gonna mix that in. Just a spoonful, or in this case a forkful, of cottage cheese. And I just find that kind of puffs up the pancake a little bit more. All right, so we just whisk that together. So here I have some palm oil, and in this case I'm using coconut oil. I prefer coconut oil myself. The MCTs, which stands for medium chain triglycerides, are a good form of fat. And then I'm just gonna pour it in there. Medium to high sort of heat to make sure that I don't burn the bottom. While that's cooking, I'm gonna prepare some other meals for the rest of the day. Now here, I have tilapia. So I'm gonna cut open every one of these. And what I like to do is kind of just swill it out. So I'm gonna turn up the frying pan here that I've got on the right side, a little in here. And I'm gonna throw these bad boys in here. You can grill them, you don't have to fry them. So turmeric is great for the immune system. Ginger, great as a natural anti-inflammatory. And I'll put in a bit of garlic. Again, great for the immune system, but more than anything, I just love it for the taste. That's the protein that we've got sorted. In this boiler, I've put some quinoa. So I just put a cup of that into the rice cooker over here. So my other form of carbohydrate I'm gonna use is a sweet potato or a yam here. And I'm gonna throw that in the microwave. 10 minutes there. As you can see, you can kind of multitask. You can get several meals on the go at the same time. So we've got the fish. Once the fish is done, I'll put the turkey in. We've got the sweet potato going. We've got the quinoa going in there. And let's check on that pancake, actually. It's cooking. I'm gonna turn it up a little bit. So we got the breakfast meals, and we got the meals throughout the days, and all the ones that you have to worry about really are the evening meals. Another thing that we should add to this equation is fiber. It's great that you're taking in these carbohydrates and a protein, but with inadequate fiber content, you're not going to digest the food as well. You could feel a little bit full, a little bit blocked up, a little bit bloated. You're not going to assimilate these foods, and you're not going to pass out the waste as well. So I'll pour the broccoli into this container. And you can do this with any sort of leafy green I prefer, you know, like spinach, cabbage, asparagus, or all of the above. You can mix it up. Put some peppers in there, mushrooms if you like, but I like the leafy greens. So all I do is just add hot water to that. So that'll help defrost it. So I'm using the frozen kind. You can use fresh if you like, but there's no difference in using any frozen. If I feel the water getting a bit cold, I'll just tip it out once more and then add hot water to it again. And by the time the rest of the food is finished, this is completed too. And I'll just turn the fish over. I'll generally prefer to steer towards the white meats and, you know, the fish, because I find it digests that much easier, especially as you get a little bit older. You find it a little bit harder to digest certain foods, like heavy foods, like your steaks and red meats. So the fish, I find I assimilate it very fast. So you'll find that you may get hungry very quick after having fish, and you may want to eat maybe every 2.5 hours, as opposed to if you add something heavier and you'd only want to eat every 3-4 hours. So if you do have a problem with your appetite, I do recommend that you go for the higher BV, which means bioavailability foods, which means your food will actually get digested and broken down by the body so much easier without utilizing so much energy. And it's the same with the carbohydrates. I find, you know, like a sweet potato or quinoa, maybe couscous or gluten-free oats gets broken down by the body very easily. A heavier carbohydrate, like a white potato, you know, which is very starchy, or like a rice, I find, for me personally, just takes a little bit more energy to actually break it down and digest it and utilize it as an energy source. What I'm gonna do now is strain the broccoli. And then what I'll do is just add some to each of these containers. Just throw in about a handful, put some fish in each one of these. Now, what you can do is use a weighing scales so you can see exactly how much you should be putting in for your body weight. So if you're having like 1.18 grams of protein per pound of your lean body mass, then you'll know exactly how much that you should be putting in each one. Okay, there's 3 containers. What I'm gonna do is spray again in the frying pan. Grab my thin sliced turkey, and what I like to do, because it cooks that much easier and I don't have to worry about cutting it up later, I use the scissors just to slice it in. Now, if you want to add herbs, spices, whatever to this, you can. Sometimes I like to add some chives, some spring onion, just to give it more flavor so it isn't so monotonous and the same. I'm not really the most creative of cooks. I just eat for fuel. However, you need to stick to the diet that's going to be the one makes you want to eat the next meal instead of gag at it. So just even that out in the pan. Voila, look at that. So what I'm going to do with this, I'm going to get a bit of Greek yogurt so it isn't so dry, you know. You can add a bit of stevia to it. So that sweetens the deal, you know. Then we have some blueberries and then a little bit of pineapple. Finish off is cut up some strawberries. And that, ladies and gentlemen, is your pancake. Yeah, that's cooked. That's good to go. And I'm gonna chop up the sweet potato in here. Now, as a topping, I like to use a little bit of a spicy sauce. So in this case, I've got red hot wing sauce. Sometimes I like to use Cholula. Mix it up how you wish. Gonna check on the quinoa now. Yes, we are ready here. So I'm gonna switch that off and I'm gonna pour this in here so I can use this as and when needed. And I'm gonna put these in the fridge. The turkey is ready. My veggies in here. I'm gonna add my quinoa. So there are my other meals. And you know, there's other things that you can do obviously for breakfast. Protein powder mixed with our oats, some bottled water in a saucepan, make a cup of oats, and I'll throw that on the heat. 4 or 5 minutes for it to cook. Okay, this is cooked. So I cool it down now, and I'll stir that in, and then I add a scoop of the re-cage to it. So it gives it a real nice strawberry flavor to the oats, because oats is pretty bland and boring. And you can add fruits to this. You can add your blueberries, your pineapple, your strawberries if you like. So that's it. That is our re-caged and oats done. And it tastes absolutely awesome. So this is a real convenient breakfast. Those are the foods that we've got done for today. And, you know, get creative in the kitchen. It doesn't have to be as boring and bland as mine. Let's see if you can spice it up.